Hey now, today I'm going to make my toasted oat sourdough, which is a really simple recipe. It's just a spin on my usual everyday sourdough recipe, but it's just got a little something something with a little extra protein from those oats and a little nuttiness coming out of the toasted oats. So come along for the ride. So for this recipe, I'm just using some regular quick oats here, and I'm just going to be adding them into a non-stick frying pan here over medium heat, and I'm just going to heat them up that way. There are different ways you could toast them. You could do it in the oven and roast them a little bit. Either way, we're just looking to get some nice color. And just like that, just a little bit of nice golden brown color going on there. We don't want these to get blackened up or too dark or anything like that. And now I'm just going to set these aside and let them cool down here for a little bit. Now that my toasted oats have cooled down, we are ready to actually start to make this bread. So I'm starting off here with some filtered water, and this is 350 grams, which based on my 500 gram total between my flour and my oats is a 70% hydration. So first off here, I'm going to add these oats. I'm also going to be adding my salt to this phase. I don't find around here that I have a huge difference in my autolyse if I add the salt at the start, so I'm going to add it now, and that is 9 grams or 1.8%. And with those baker's percentages, that's just a percentage of the total flour, and in this case also the oat weight. So if you want to scale this up for any other size of recipe, you can do that quite easily. And now I'm going to add my strong baker's flour here. Just going to pop that in. And using my hands, I'm going to get everything all nicely mixed together here, which will just take a couple of minutes. And there we are. I find that the oats does make this dough a little bit sticky, even though it's not too terribly wet. Now, I do want to mention that that was 400 grams of that flour, and then it was 100 grams of the finished toasted oats. So I actually started out with about 110 grams of those oats, and then they lost a little bit of weight as they toasted. So anyway, here we are. I'm just going to pop a lid onto this plastic proofing bin and let it autolyse. So after an hour autolyse, we are ready here for some leaven. So to this, I'm adding 125 grams, or that's 25% of the baker's percentage of this leaven. And I'm just moistening my fingers here with some filtered water. We're going to plunge in some of this leaven and then mix it in just using this little pinch and fold method here. It's going to take a couple of minutes until everything is fully incorporated. Now that we're nicely combined, I'm just going to pop the lid back on this proofing bin and we're going to rest. After 30 minutes, we are ready to do a bit of a stretch and fold here. Woo. Just taking a look at this. Oh my. Yeah, this is definitely a sticky dough, and yet it's firm at the same time. So actually, rather than doing a stretch and fold with it here, I'm just going to do sort of some modified coil folds here with it and just try to build a little bit of strength and structure out of this gluten. There we go. Okay, I'm going to let this continue to rest here. After 20 minutes, we are ready to work with this oat sourdough once again. So as you can see, this is still reasonably stiff. So I'm just going to find a way to stretch this out a little bit here and make it work just for that gluten development. So just a couple of little folds around like that. That'll be good enough. So now I'm just going to cover this back up and let it rest again. So after that third fold, I let this sit here for about 4.5 hours, really just letting it get some nice fermentation going on there. And now I'm just going to pop it out onto the countertop here with some floured hands and get a little pre-shape going on. And then I'm going to let it sit here for a few minutes, and then we will do a final shaping and get it into a banneton. And just that final little shaping, getting this into a floured banneton. I'm going to get this covered up and into the fridge overnight. And the next morning, I've got my cast iron combo cooker in the oven there, preheated at 500 degrees Fahrenheit. I've got this bread ready to rock. Just going to get my parchment, flip this over. Just a little extra sprinkle here. And since we're going with this oat sourdough, I'm going to give a little quick spritz with some water. And a sprinkle with some oats. Really just for decoration. Give this a simple scoring pattern here. And into the oven. And we're going to reduce the temperature to 440 degrees and give it 35 minutes. And so we are ready to pop off this lid here. And I'm just going to turn down the temperature to 430 degrees and give this another 20 or so minutes. After 21 minutes, this bread is looking awesome. We're going to take it out. And now that difficult part of the whole process here, just waiting for this bread to cool down. So here we are. It is just before bed here, and we've got a couple of eager kids wanting to have a little bedtime snack. So I'm just going to slice into this here, and we can take a look at this toasted oat sourdough. Fairly even crumb throughout. Really nice. A little bit of those oats are falling off. No problem. All right, we need to cut some slices here and have a taste. What do you think?
Yeah.
All right.
It looks yummy.
All right, so we've done this bread here 2 different ways. First of all, we've got just freshly sliced and then also lightly toasted, and both of them just have a little bit of butter. I'm going to try a little bite of each. What do you think of the flavor, girls?
Great. Great.
Very descriptive.
I can definitely taste the oats.
Yeah, I would say so for sure. With those oats, you're getting like a little bit of nuttiness out of it because of lightly toasting them like that. That helps bring out some of that character. Really nice way to get a little bit of extra protein into the bread as well as a little bit of flavor, but still make it really, really easy to eat. Really chewy. It's nice and moist, right? Okay.
Yep.
Let me try.
And
Oh, that was yours.
mostly yummy.
Ooh. Ever so slightly more moist, obviously, with the untoasted version. But either way, super delicious. Easy to make. Very easy adaptation of just a regular sourdough recipe. Just fire in that 20% addition there out of the 500 grams total. It was just that 100 grams that went into it. But yeah, can we take it to 11?
Yes.
Nice.